U.S. Army Reserve is celebrating 114 years of military service to our nation, and the Lieutenant General will speak about that, and thank you for doing that. And I just want to let everybody know that the Lieutenant General has gone, that says somebody like you're an Army brat. You describe, is that right?
I am indeed.
Well, what does an Army brat mean?
So my father served for 20 years in the Army as a civil engineer. So we moved a few different places.
Aha. But I also, looking at your background, I'm going to call you a college brat, too, because you have a bachelor's applied mathematics, computer science from Carnegie Mellon University, master's degree, and a PhD, computer science from the University of Massachusetts in Amherst, and as well a master's degree in strategic studies from the United States Army War College. Unbelievable. Great schools. Well, congratulations on all your success.
Well, thank you. It's part of a mindset of continuous learning that I've adopted.
So how, those are very influential schools, and you're a great spokesperson for the U.S. Army Reserve. Tell us about 114 years. What are some of the kinds of things that I guess others can get involved with if they join in?
So, as mentioned, 114 years old, the Army Reserve Citizen Soldiers, being established in 1908 as a Medical Reserve Corps. Excuse me. And at the turn of the century, the Army realized that it needed more doctors in its ranks. So they recruited some of the best-known and respected caregivers from across the nation. And then within 5 years, the Medical Reserve Corps quadrupled the Army's ability to care for its sick and wounded. And since then, the Army Reserve has grown, and we've taken on a whole variety of different missions in support of national defense. We've got over 120 different career fields that we use today, and then we draw our talent from where, we live and work, with 110 communities across the nation represented in our force. And so they're your colleagues, employees, neighbors, classmates, friends, family, and that's, I would say, one of the greatest strengths of the Army Reserve.
It says since 2001, more than 420,000 Army Reserve soldiers have been mobilized and routinely deployed to 23 countries. So it's not just here in America, is that right?
Absolutely. We say the sun never sets on the Army Reserve.
Uh-huh. How large the Army Reserve is, 420,000, or is it larger?
Oh, no. So that's how many we've deployed over the years, but we are currently sitting at about 190,000 soldiers, along with 11,000 civilians that support us.
Aha, okay. So tell us, as someone in the U.S. Army Reserve, do you, is that a full-time responsibility?
It's a full-time career choice in terms of lifestyle, but it's about a total of 39 days per year of service that soldiers put in and are away from, and are off doing our great missions.
Aha. So in your own particular case, you, since you have so many wonderful degrees, and are you though a full-time U.S. Army Reserve person, or do you also have other work that you do?
In this current position, I am full-time. I'm on a full-time status. But over the years, I served on active duty, and then I became an Army Reserve soldier when I went off to graduate school. And then I went and had a civilian career as an engineer, doing advanced technologies while serving as an Army Reserve soldier. And then in this current job, though, I needed to be full-time.
Okay. So what are your suggestions for those that are considering joining into the U.S. Army Reserve?
We've got 120 different career fields and backgrounds, and they've got, a whole variety of different capabilities. We've got engineers, we've got musicians, lawyers, cyber warriors, truck drivers. We've also got skydivers. We happen to have Olympic athletes and astronauts that are serving in the reserve. So there's a whole variety of different skills that one can be, and lots of things that you learn while having this dual career path from both your civilian side and your military side. It's a great opportunity to leverage the strengths of both and advance both simultaneously.
Are there age limits? involved?
There are, but we can just waive just about anything. You know, if you've got the talent, the motivation, we can probably get you a waiver to help join our great force.
So, you know, I'll be honest, I didn't, I've got a high lottery number and way back. I'm going to be 73, okay? But I have a lot of vim and vigor. Now, one of the things actually I regret is that I didn't go into the Army. I wanted to enlist actually early on, but at that time it didn't happen for whatever reason in high school. I was thick of the war in Vietnam. And so my sister talked me out of it, to be honest. So she said, you're going to be helping somebody else, and it's not going to be good for you. In any case, so I didn't. But then we had the lottery system here in America, and I got a high lottery number. And at that time, I guess I didn't go in or enlist. But I always thought that I would for a guy like me, I would really get some good training. Physically, I would probably end up, I'm sure, much better. I would not be in the bad physical condition I'm in now. So at 73, could I join the U.S. Army Reserve?
It would be a bit of a stretch, but we can certainly. We have doctors serving well into their 60s, and general officers even a little bit longer. But we also have a direct commissioning program, so that individuals that have done really well in their civilian careers can also join us as cyber warriors, as civil engineers, as civil affairs folks, as lawyers, well into their 40s. Our astronaut was in her 30s when she joined us as a biomedical engineer.
So do you go through, and I'm a musician, so I probably would go that way if I could. But the question is, do I get, what I could use is some basic training, okay? Because I'm gaining too much weight here and not in good shape. Do they go through basic training?
They go through an officer training course. But there is a physical fitness element that we like everyone to have because we're into health and holistic fitness. So not only just being physically fit, but also getting enough sleep, having great nutrition. We worry about what you're eating and making sure that you're getting good calories in to feed your body and your brain. We also worry about your cognitive skill sets. So we worry about all of that being the whole person.
All right. Well, you're a total whole person and a total wonderful person, Lieutenant General Jody Daniels. Thank you very much, as Chief of Army Reserve and Commanding General, U.S. Army Reserve Command. Thanks so much. Congratulations. Happy anniversary, 114 years coming right up. Thank you.
Thank you.